I've been trying to warn the world, and it's just like those old people, like my grandparents used to tell me when my grandmother was cooking. Hey, don't touch that oven, it's hot. And then you have to learn. You touch the oven, then it get burnt. This is what's about to happen to all the people that are doubting or having something to say about whether or not Russell Westbrook and LeBron James are going to work on the court. Yes, it's going to work, okay? Russell Westbrook has proven us that he is a guy that is willing to facilitate for others. LeBron James don't want to carry that load no more. LeBron James has showed us that he could play alongside another non-shooting superstar like he did with Dwayne Wade and still win championships. Look, to all the people that are doubting Russ and LeBron and the Lakers, answer this. When we get to the postseason, name a team just in the Western Conference alone that could beat this Lakers team fully healthy in the 7-game series, and I'll wait.
Okay, well, first of all, Rachel, to address your point, I don't think Bron was being sarcastic when he says, yeah, this won't work. I don't think he was being sarcastic. I think he was telling the truth. And secondly, no one cares about the 82 when it comes to the Lakers. Truth be told, no one cares about the 82 when it comes to the Brooklyn Nets. They will be purely judged on their 16. The 16 that it takes to win a championship. If they don't win, it's a failure. That's part of Bron's legacy. If they win, it'll be a part of his legacy.
For those 16 games, how do you think the X and O fit is?
This is what's crazy. People that try and compare him to D. Wade is completely false because D. Wade was a high-level defender. He was more of I'm not going to drive. He might not even shoot that many threes. Well, Russ will shoot threes regardless of what his percentage says. He knocks down shots. He's a high-level player. But no one knows. I don't think we've ever seen a pairing like these two, like LeBron and Russell Westbrook, with the same type of expectations of like, it's either championship or bust. So while Perk is going to tell us like, I've been telling you guys and I've been warning everybody, that was my Perk voice. I don't know what it's going to do, and we're only going to be able to really figure it out in 16.
But did the Nets have those expectations, that sort of matchup of Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden? I feel like that was immediately, but I did look at those. That's the Richard I got you. I love that. This is the highlight of my day. Check. Done.
What?
Done. When you look at Dwayne Wade's shooting, right? All right. He shot 29% career 29% three-point shooter for his career. Russ at 32%. So it's a little bit better. But then I was looking at all these numbers and thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I care. I want it to work. Narrative-wise, looking at it, I want it to work. So I want something to look forward to watching. What duo, to your point about expectations around the league, what duo, trio, when you add Anthony Davis into it and the rest of it, has this much excitement about it heading into this season? I'm excited to watch this. God, that face.
Yes, we're glad that. But this is the other thing. Go back and look at the Miami Heat lineup. They had Ray Allen. They had Mike Miller. They had Shane Battier. So they had supreme shooting.
But that's the issue, right?
So
the comparison to me isn't between this team and LeBron's Miami Heat teams. That was a different decade, frankly, where the league was very different, right? We hadn't seen the three-point explosion and everything going on. I'm more interested in comparing it to last year's Lakers team, right? And if you look at the shooting numbers, yes, when they signed Russ, they did not have a very full roster. It was, you could count on one hand the number of signed guys they've had. But they have filled it out. And you look at the shooting numbers, last season, the Lakers shot 54% from 2, 35% from 3. Well, this season, Perk, if you look at those same guys on the roster and you just add up what they would have shot last season if they had been a team together, it's 53% from 2, so that's roughly the same. 37% from 3. So the three-point numbers are actually going up. They actually have better three-point shooting on this roster than last year's roster. And those couple percentage points, they might not seem like a big deal, but last year the Lakers were 21st in the league in three-point shooting. This year's roster, this coming season, if they had all been together last year, they would have been good enough to be 13 in the league. That is a significant jump, Perk, and that is why I think you're very optimistic.
Well, look, first of all, Rachel, let me bend the pot on Richard for a second. I wasn't saying that Russell Westbrook and Dwayne Wade are the same type of player or whatever the case may be. But what I'm saying is when you look at Russell Westbrook, what's one thing that he loves to do as a big point guard? He loves to take smaller guys to the low block, get to the free throw line, or punish them down low. Dwayne Wade was a hell of a post-up guy. Same with LeBron James. Also, who did the Lakers add this year to their coaching staff? David Fizdale. Who was LeBron James and Dwayne Wade working out with for they low post game, cutting off each other? It was Fizdale. And then you add Phil Handy. This is the thing that people don't know about Russell Westbrook. In the offseason, he never trains with a personal trainer. He always goes in the gym with his dad. Now you get Mr. 94 feet himself, Phil Handy, one of the best player development coaches in the game, if not the best player development coach in the game. And now he gets to get his hands on Russell Westbrook and fine-tune and work on a few things on how to step into his jump shot instead of shooting his shot off 2 feet straight up and down.
We're going to change his shot formula 13 years in.
You know what Phil Handy did for your game.
Well, look, no. Listen, I'm not disrespecting Phil Handy. The only thing I'm saying, and to Rachel's point, when you put the group together and you look at it, it's going to come down to possession basketball when you're talking about winning a championship. And as long as they play the right type of possession basketball, then I think that they're either one or they're number two behind the Brooklyn Nets.
Well, you just see the roster construction too. Look, LeBron's first season here in Los Angeles, the Lakers came out and said it. They said, we're going to try something different. We don't think we need to put a lot of shooting around LeBron. It did not work. They made a big course correct there, and they have clearly decided, you know what has been true of LeBron his whole career, that he needs shooters around him? Maybe we should just go with that. And if you look at the numbers for this roster, they are better than advertised. Once you add in those new younger players that they got, not in the first day of free agency, but in the second and third day of free agency, again, their three-point shooting numbers have actually ticked up from last season. I'm with you, Perk, on Phil Handy. I mean, everywhere that man goes, championship rings follow.
Mm-hmm.